The most entertaining basketball player alive right now is Yuki Kawamura. He is the shortest NBA player right now, listed at 5'7" and one of the 10 shortest players in NBA history. He stands a foot shorter than the average NBA player, which is 6'7", and that makes you wonder how it is even possible for him to do stuff like this.
Country in France. Oh my! How about that for the 10th assist on a backdoor beat?
Yuki Kawamura's been going viral for over a year now, shocking the world with his play for the national team and dazzling with the Memphis Grizzlies whenever he got the chance. Everybody is rooting for the Japanese phenomenon. But after a tough rookie season, averaging just 1.7 points per game, a lot of people thought that Yuki was doomed, and that unfortunately size matters more than anything else in the NBA. But Yuki Kawamura has defied the odds his entire life, and just when everybody counted him out, he did the impossible again, earned a second chance, which so far he has made the most of. So starting things off with his NBA career, Yuki Kawamura had to go above and beyond for his opportunity. He was always overlooked because of his size, but after winning Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season in the Japanese Pro League, he got called up to play at the Paris Olympics, and after averaging 20.3 points and 7.7 assists per game, NBA teams started to take notice. Yuki was the only player in the Olympics to be top 3 in both points and assists per game. Not even LeBron James, Nikola Jokic or Giannis did that. The Memphis Grizzlies liked what they saw and decided to give him a chance. He arrived in Memphis with no guarantees. He signed an Exhibit 10 contract, which is one of the lowest forms of non-guaranteed NBA contracts that can be cut at any time. By signing this deal, Yuki became just the 4th Japanese player in NBA history, but making the final 15-man roster seemed impossible, and the majority of NBA fans thought this was a short-lived experiment for marketing until NBA Preseason, when Yuki Kawamura did this.
Rise behind the back. Oh, wow. Eyes behind his head.
Oh, my goodness. I told you, Chris, he can play. He threw that up.
Come down now, like 3 of his last 4 possessions empty.
Memphis can tie or take the lead. No, Edie ties it up.
The offensive abilities are. He's averaging 13 a game here in the preseason.
4.5 points, just 31% from three-point range. What a pass.
No, he took that responsibility. So, you know, it's a great basket. Oh, my goodness.
That's big brother basketball. Yuki, step back 3. Yes, sir!
Yuki Kawamura broke the internet. He was a walking highlight reel, and fans couldn't get enough of the chemistry between him and Ja Morant, the franchise player who took him under his wing.
He may be the smallest player on the team at 5'8", but Japanese guard Yuki Kawamura got the biggest cheers from the crowd as he whipped out the gritty with Ja Morant to beat out the other rookies in the annual dance comp.
Yuki was a fan favourite and impressed so much in preseason that the Grizzlies decided to give him a 1-year contract. But earning a contract is one thing, earning playing time is another, and with the Grizzlies' strong guard depth from Ja, Pippen Jr., Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane and others, Yuki's opportunities were far and few. He played just 22 of 82 games, logged an average of 4.2 minutes per night, mostly in garbage time, and his numbers were as expected, underwhelming. He averaged 1.6 points, 0.9 assists, 0.5 rebounds and 0.1 steals on 36% shooting from the field and 30% shooting from the 3-point line. But just because Yuki wasn't playing much in the NBA doesn't mean he wasn't spoiling fans with his spectacular play. For the majority of the 2024-25 season, Yuki Kawamura was suiting up for the Memphis Hustle in the NBA G League, a very common practice for rookie point guards, especially undrafted ones. The G League tip-off tournament was a huge opportunity for every G League player to showcase their talents in front of NBA scouts, and Yuki Kawamura quickly proved he is way too good for the minor leagues.
Kawamura with the handles and the mid-range. Cascade.
Low dribble, flips it to Baycott. Kawamura left his feet to make the pass.
For the Memphis Hustle. Really explosive and fun player to watch. He takes the first shot and drops the first.
Going along with a steal.
to the 10. The finish +1.
So the Bulls led by as much as 13. It's a 5-point game now. And
Oh
Pereira
my goodness.
with the alley-oop. Kawamura with the dime.
Yuki was on another level. In 7 tip-off tournament games, 6 times he recorded double-digit assists. He almost got a double-double every game. 15 points, 10 assists and 6 rebounds against the Stars. And then 15 points, 11 assists and 9 rebounds in 2 games against the Squadron. But his best 2 games deserve to be talked about in more detail. In a star-studded matchup taking on G League MVP Mac McClung in the Lakeland Magic, Yuki Kawamura put on a playmaking masterclass with 16 assists.
Kawamura gets trapped, but finds Kaplan back door. Woodard, the second into the game. Woodard got that haircut down a little bit. Here he goes to the rim and lays it up and in. Third team back in 2020. One of the great rebounders, especially for his size. Woodard for 3. Yes, sir. Who confronts?
He could be right. I'm just saying from there.
See if they'll get a 2-for-1. They will. McClung fires. Long rebound to Kawamura. Yuki beats Castleton, trailing for
Miles Norris right there.
Now he tries the 3. Can't hit it. Rebound tipped by Culver. Chased down by Yuki.
Oh, what an effort play by Yuki to chase it down and it finds Castleton.
But Yuki wasn't just playmaking, he was scoring for fun too. Taking on the Windy City Bulls, Yuki made quite an impression, with 27 points on 11 of 17 shooting, along with 6 assists, 5 rebounds and 2 steals.
Hauling it in. From outside, the Kawamura, the ball fake, 5 for 5. In weight. And Sonogo doing a good job keeping up. Kawamura gets the steal going the other way. Hey, 12 points in the first half.
Looked great as a playmaker as well. His ability to attack the basket and then find teammates.
By the Windy City Bulls to get that bucket.
Offensive rebounds typically is the easiest way to create open threes, as Kawamura making his presence felt at the rim.
During the tip-off tournament, Yuki averaged insane numbers, 13.7 points and a G League high 10.7 assists per game. He was averaging a double-double and was on pace to break the G League assist record. At the end of the 2024 calendar year, the Grizzlies were impressed by what they were seeing from him in the G League and decided to give Yuki his biggest chance yet. Playing against the #1 seed and eventual champions OKC Thunder, Yuki played 11 minutes, his most in an NBA game yet, scored 10 points with 3 assists and 3 rebounds on 4 of 5 shooting from the field, proving that not even the best team in the NBA could stop him.
He'll pull up in the mid-range, and that's good. KC seemingly, since that 9-0 start to the game, and it's Huff able to put it down. They almost had it. Foul by Dylan Jones. They almost were home. That's how about Kawamura? I'm impressed.
And Yuki didn't slow down during the G League regular season. Some of his performances were just incredible. How about 11 points, 5 rebounds and a season high 16 assists against the Kings?
Surgery on that shoulder in July, came back, and how about the strip by Kawamura? Good hands, behind the back to Norris. Oh, what a play. Baycott thought about it. Kawamura, pure from downtown. Crawford, all the way, but he comes up empty. A great look. Kawamura wasting no time. The feed, the reverse. Oh, what a move! Out there with Jason Randall, Isaac Jones, Isaiah Crawford, and Terry Taylor. Bacon with the flush. Oh. He's on the floor right now with Labissiere, Isaac Jones, Boogie Ellis, and Jason Randall. In a miscommunication.
If that doesn't impress you, how about this? 16 points and 15 assists against the Salt Lake City Stars.
Otter goes stumbling through the lane and throws up a wild shot. Yuki behind the foul! Lady miss.
Nice. Oh, beautiful. Knock it down, Race. Oh, you.
There's a loud.
Oh, wow.
Out of UNLV. Yuki gets the tie. Puff! Scoop! He got it to go!
Oh my gosh!
Able to control on the board.
Let it fly!
He will.
Let it fly!
Those are some great games, but the best Yuki Kawamura performance in the G League season came against the Texas Legends. These are video game numbers, so get ready. He had 24 points, 14 assists, 6 steals, 3 rebounds and a block. Watch these clips and tell me that Yuki Kawamura isn't special.
Now Walker has it stolen by Kawamura. He'll take it inside behind the back. Prevalent for Texas if they hope to keep that pace.
It's like deja vu all over again. And Wheeler had to lay up the same way to open up the game for the Legends.
Oh, Texas back within 7. And you talked about Camille Smith taking that jump. We've had the opportunity to call some games, talk to Camille before. How exciting is that? Again, we'll talk to Dr. Sorrell, the president of Paul Quinn, at the start of the third quarter. Kawamura, who had an electrifying first quarter, continues it.
Yeah, we've seen that with Builder, what you call it, confidence builder. Seeing the ball go in the hoop.
Kawamura bakes it in off bounce. Couple of threes for the hustle. You know they're not done just yet, and that's why Kawamura just strips it from Powell and lays it in.
Yuki's numbers were unbelievable. In 24 games during the G League regular season, the Japanese phenom averaged 12.4 points and 7.8 assists per game, shooting 40% from the field and 41% from the perimeter. And at the end of the 2024-25 season, the Grizzlies finally decided to give Yuki a proper chance. He was called up from the G League and given starter NBA minutes against the Dallas Mavericks. They were one of the best defensive teams in the West, and Yuki Kawamura picked them apart like it was nothing.
2XL game. Kawamura for 3. Yes! Yuki Kawamura! Extra effort plays that the Grizzlies will make all night. Lamar Stevens got his feet set. Yuki's got an open 3. Bango! Yuki Kawamura! You better guard that man. Down, they were tired because of the scheduling situation. Oh, Kawamura with a steal. Oh, look at the throw! Bagley! Yes! Yuki! Even though he's not on the floor at the moment. Yuki for 3. Bango! And 1! 4-point chance for Yuki Kawamura.
In this game, Yuki played 28 minutes, by far his most ever in an NBA game, and he did a bit of everything. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 made free balls, proving that when given the chance, he can be the same Yuki we've seen in the G League Olympics and preseason. But sadly, it wasn't enough. The NBA is a brutal business, and securing one of those final roster spots is so difficult because it's so competitive. The Grizzlies fired their coach. In came Tumas Isolo with a new style and ideas, and at the end of the season, they decided as an organization that Yuki Kawamura was no longer in their plans, making him an unrestricted free agent. During free agency, Yuki didn't get any calls. It didn't matter how good he was. NBA teams just weren't looking for point guards under 6 foot tall. For Kawamura, his options were limited. He could go overseas, return home to Japan, play professionally somewhere else in the world. But Yuki wasn't going to give up on his NBA dream. He sacrificed too much for it and still believed it was possible. He was patient and the perfect opportunity came up. 2025 NBA Summer League. The Chicago Bulls decided to give Yuki another chance. No contract, no guarantees, just a chance to show what he can do in Vegas. And if there's one thing we know about Yuki, all he needs is a chance. Kawamura balled out, with 20 points and 10 assists against the Jazz and also 15 points and 10 assists against the Pacers. But the stats don't do it justice. You need to see what Yuki Kawamura did in Vegas, so let's break it down. On this play in transition, Yuki is first to react to the long rebound from the blocked shot. It's a 3-on-2 opportunity, and watch how Yuki quickly scans over his left shoulder and identifies another teammate trailing behind. He waits for the defender to engage, sets his body positioning up as if he's going to make a simple bounce pass to the right, before throwing a behind the back bounce pass to the trailer, taking the lone defender completely out of the game and setting up his teammate for a two-hand flush. Pause on the frame right here and look how Yuki leans forward to sell the deception. On this play, Yuki Yuki is on the far side. He knows that the defenses don't see him as a threat on the offensive glass, so while his man goes to box out down low, Yuki bides his time and creeps into the paint unmarked. When the shooter misses the catch and shoot free, Yuki's in prime position for the long rebound, which he hustled hard to get. As the loose ball is dropping, Yuki notices the shooter relocating from the corner to the paint and right away dishes it to him for the easy layup without even looking. Yuki is unstoppable in the pick and roll. Right here, his acceleration allows him to get a step on his defender, and he throws a ridiculously quick pocket pass splitting two defenders, which results in an easy floater for the Bulls. Another example right here shows how accurate Yuki's passing actually is. Pause the frame right here. You have four players in close proximity of each other, all tall with crazy wingspans. That ball could end up anywhere, but it ends up right in the roller's hands for an easy dunk, as Yuki is able to hook it with one hand and zip it in right on cue for a wide open slam dunk. And this one right here might be the best of the lot. Yuki Kawamura in the screen and roll, the defender right here in drop coverage steps up to deny a path to the rim, and then this defender here rotates over to pick up the roller. Yuki's options are limited here. You have two defenders on either side of the block ready to help him protect the rim, and this defender in the drop does a great job of making himself big and covering space. Most players in this situation would retreat to the 3-point line and reset, but Yuki isn't most players. He's creative and throws a bounce pass between the defender's legs, nutmegging him, assisting his teammate for a layup at the rim. Take a good look at the replay, because that's just silly.
19-point lead, ties the largest lead of the game for the Kings. Kawamura between the legs of Reno.
One of the most impressive things Yuki does is use his eyes to deceive defenders. Right here in transition, Yuki races up the court. While dribbling and losing no speed, he glances over to observe his surroundings. He's probably quick enough to be able to take it to the cup and finish by himself, but Yuki is well aware of his limitations. He sees the shot blocker trailing the play, who with a huge height advantage is capable of swatting the shot at the rim. So what does Yuki do? He attacks the rim with speed, waits for the defender to fully commit, and then throws it behind the back, assisting his teammate for the layup. Watch the replay and look how Yuki's eyes are on the rim the whole time. He doesn't just drive in and throw the behind the back pass. He sets up his entire body shape 100% as if he's about to take the layup, only to throw a dime at the last second. If I picked a favourite pass already, I lied, because this one here is it. Watch Yuki on the wing right here. He's guarded tightly by a taller defender who's all over him. He could throw a post entry pass right here to his big who sealed his defender, but instead he uses his footwork and low center of gravity to escape, shifts direction and turns the corner downhill. When Yuki goes to the basket, he's aware that the defender who his big had sealed has now stepped over to try and help in the paint and deter the shot. Yuki, having already assessed his surroundings, now knows that his teammate is open in the corner, so he double clutches in mid-air and throws a no-look bounce pass to the open shooter in the corner, and he knocks down the trifecta. The craziest thing about Yuki's passing ability is everything we've just broke down came from 5 Summer League games. He makes a great playmaker's best assist highlight of the whole year every other possession. If I broke down every Yuki highlight assist in detail, this video would be an hour long, but I'm not going to deny you the chance of witnessing greatness. So let's tap into the moment and watch some more real quick.
Feeling it now. Yuki. Yuki Kawamura's doing it again, and the Bulls have their first lead since it was 20.
Freeman returned to sender. Lachlan Olbrich on the floor. Freeman's got it. Now Kawamura does, ahead to Miller.
Just out of his reach. Shining in the final of Summer League. That time Kawamura.
Clifford trying to give it to Reno inside, but Kawamura giving up a foot and height. Gets the steal. Freeman Liberty.
Grill from the corner. The assist.
Slap from behind. The aggression of Pereira to knock it away. Kawamura serves up top.
But Yuki wasn't just creating for others in Summer League, he was creating for himself too. Right here, Yuki is trapped on the wing, but instead of panicking and throwing a risky pass, he uses his footwork effectively to pivot out of trouble and beat the blitz. Yuki is too quick for any defender off the dribble. Right here, he's already exploded by him and can go all the way to the rim and score with a floater or layup. But Kawamura is multiple steps ahead. Yuki, knowing his recovering defender is racing back to keep up with him, deliberately decelerates, gets his body in front of his defender, defender to initiate contact, and then finishes with the floater for an and one, gaining an extra point at the free throw line for the exact same shot. And this wasn't just a one-off play, no, Yuki was getting buckets all through Summer League.
That's a destination program right now.
Yuki Kawamura
able to make his message clear to these guys no matter what generation they're from, and she said it's exactly that. The culture comes from the top.
That's it. Yeah, I 100% agree. They're not, I mean, they're not the ones messing up the calls. This one's correcting Yuki
paint to be able to make it easier for their teammates.
Kawamura, setback, fires a three, ignites.
Yuki Kawamura was one of the biggest stars in NBA Summer League. He averaged 7.7 points, 5.9 assists, 2.3 rebounds and 1.7 steals. But above all, he gave the fans at the Thomas & Mack Center an experience they'll never forget. And the Chicago Bulls had seen enough and immediately signed Yuki to a two-way contract. They didn't want any other team snapping him up. Kawamura achieved his goal. He was back on an NBA team competing for a main roster spot, and his next objective going through training camp and preseason was to continue to impress the organization and sustain that roster spot that he deservingly earned for himself at Summer League. Throughout training camp, Yuki continued to do what Yuki does, create highlight moments even in scrimmages that the Bulls posted online and went viral on social media for. But the next big test for Yuki was NBA preseason, and against last year's #1 seeded Cleveland Cavaliers, Yuki did his thing with 3 points, 5 assists and 3 rebounds in just 14 minutes.
Is this the game that we're going to see from Buzelis night in and night out for this team as Collins cuts back door for the two? Blood, make sure that it was okay on the NBC dime. Kawamura drive kick, Javon Carter connects.
Houston, that was a huge loss for Houston. To me, I put the ball in the hands of Thompson at that 6'8", 6'9" frame and live with them.
In his second preseason game, Yuki's minutes were cut in half, but that didn't stop him from being impactful. He knows that every minute counts, and even in the limited time he did get, he managed to score 3 points, get 3 assists, a steal, and somehow 5 rebounds.
Just 2 games. You mentioned he got hurt. That career arc got him his first contract there. Kick, Miller. Can't hit the triple. Gay keeps it alive. Oh, Murray, what a pass. Gay is there again. In the book. Yuki had the hands. He has the steal. Exchange with Gay, who comes up to set the screen. 5 in the shot clock. 15 in the game. Yuki in on pressure. He's the officials put 7-10s back up there. Pressure of 3. No. Yuki the rebound. 5 Yukis out there. And chance to possibly ice it. Still 6.8 left.
This will really ice it here.
Caps out the 1 timeout left. And the Bulls are up 5.
But unfortunately though, Yuki's preseason ended there. He dealt with a massive setback. Yuki was suffering from lower leg pain and was ruled out with injury for an indefinite time period. This didn't seem too serious at first, but after he underwent further tests, the Bulls doctors discovered a medical condition. Now while the Bulls had been vague about what this medical condition actually is, thankfully it's not supposed to be anything too serious that he can't come back from. But the reality of the NBA business is that the league stops for nobody, and Yuki occupying one of those two-way contracts is taking a valuable spot away from somebody else. So the Chicago Bulls shocked everyone, making the difficult decision to cut Yuki Kawamura, releasing him from the team and making him a free agent again.
He signed a G League, a two-way deal with the Chicago Bulls. He's now waived off that deal, and the Bulls PR did confirm it's due to a medical condition, and he has been sidelined with a right lower leg pain.
So right now at the time of recording this video, Yuki Kawamura is unsigned and recovering from injury, but that doesn't mean his journey ends here. It's not been ruled out that the Chicago Bulls will re-sign him at a later point when healthy, and it's a positive sign that the Chicago Bulls have decided to allow Yuki to rehab and recover at their facility. But either way, Yuki will easily be able to sign for another G League team, if not the Windy City Bulls. And when he does come back, you already know Yuki is going to be lighting up whatever arena he steps foot in. And I wholeheartedly believe he is an NBA player. While the NBA these days is very specific in the profile of player they're looking for to make up the back end of the roster, some players are just special. And Yuki Kawamura as a 5'7" point guard does not fit the prototype, but he is an outlier. He is an exception to the rule. He might be the best passing point guard in the entire world. Nobody is as creative and makes plays out of nothing as often as he does. He is a generational playmaker, and I think if a team can't make use of his skill set, then that's a coaching issue. So often we see NBA offenses become stagnant. Teams lose momentum and go scoreless for multiple possessions. Yuki Kawamura gets the building buzzing. If you're struggling to get a bucket, you throw Yuki into the game, he's gonna make something happen, get the crowd going and have the bench all hyped up.
Yuki, step back three. Yes, sir!
You can't measure that with statistics. You can't mathematically or analytically calculate how valuable that is. You just have to experience it. And eventually it will happen. One NBA team will believe in Yuki Kawamura. He is an underdog story that everyone can get behind. An undersized kid from Japan who overcame all sorts of culture and language barriers to pursue a dream that everybody his entire life probably told him was impossible. Yuki Kawamura is beloved everywhere he goes. He is entertainment, and that's ultimately what NBA basketball is all about. Entertainment. And the NBA product is a better product when Yuki Kawamura is out there on the hardwood, throwing dimes and having fun. But while Yuki Kawamura is putting on for Japan, there's also a young rookie from China who's making waves and is also an incredible underdog story. This is Yang Hansen, a lottery pick from the Portland Trail Blazers who has already been nicknamed the Chinese Jokic. He is another Asian basketball phenomenon, the next Yao Ming. And if you don't know, you need to get to know. So to find out more about Yang Hansen, click the big box in the middle of your screen, go check out our video on him, breaking down his game and telling his story just like we did here with Yuki Kawamura. So click your screen, go watch that, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications if new around, like the video, and on that note it's DKM signing out until next time, and peace.